Hello everyone. Long time no see. This probably isn't new if you've been a subscriber for any amount of time, but long story short, I have been trapped in the worst writing funk I can remember being in recent years. It's really embarrassing to be so ambitious about something and to pour everything into something and to do so very, very publicly, only for it to not work out. And it's humiliating to then have to come on here and face all of you and admit that I'm a failure. I spent the whole month of September trying to force myself to write, and there are days I felt good about it, but most days I just felt lost. The first week of September, I read the zero draft of Pine Hollow, and I really loved it. I was shocked by how much I enjoyed it and how excited I was about writing the next draft. I was highlighting things that I thought, like, oh, this is such a great line, or oh, this is such a cute moment between the characters, and I got really pumped up. But then, no matter how much I wanted to work on it, the act itself felt like pulling teeth. It was miserable just trying to get a single sentence down. I love those characters so much, and I want to share them with people so bad, but I've come to the conclusion that the story itself is underbaked, and I think I'm too close to it. I think I am too attached to it to implement the fixes that need to be there. So I decided to shelve Pine Hollow, which really does feel heartbreaking because I love the world I created, I love the characters, but again, it was just agonizing trying to write it. And so since then, I've been feeling really uninspired and really unmotivated. It doesn't help that Khaleesi's health issues got bad again. She stopped eating towards the end of August, so the first couple of weeks of September involved back and forth visits with a vet, a different vet than the first time around, and I guess this is where I should stress the importance of a second opinion, because we were actually able to get a diagnosis, however expensive that diagnosis is. Khaleesi officially has FIP, but after getting the medication, which was only made available this summer, I think in June or July, she's been on it for a little while now, and she has done a 180. She's eating again, she's gaining weight, she's lively and energetic in a way she wasn't before. So my partner and I, obviously we're super relieved, but it did weigh on us, all of the vet trips and all of the money we were spending. And I think that played a very heavy part in my writing funk. But since then, I haven't been able to really get past it. I'm recording this now on Friday, October 18th, and I'm only just now trying to write something again. I'm trying to take it slow and just enjoy the act of telling a story. I have had to do some soul searching, and I do want to share my writing with the world, and I want people to read and enjoy my work like they did when I wrote fanfiction. It was why I wrote fanfiction. I just loved the idea that people were finding entertainment in my writing. But I think I'm coming to the realization that this isn't going to be a career for me. I'm 35 years old, I'm at the point where I kind of just have to do it, but I don't think I'm good enough to become a traditionally published author, and I don't think I'm smart enough to become a successful self-published author. So I'm just going to write, and I'm going to continue to document my writing on this channel because A, I love writing, B, I really enjoy vlogging, and C, I've met so many wonderful people through YouTube. But I want to take a step back in terms of my publishing goals. My brain is a constant stream of need to finish so I can publish, need to finish so I can publish, and I'm burning myself out before I've even made any kind of progress on my stories. I'm thinking about marketing and Patreon and KDP and Ream all the time when I sit down to write, and that's no way to tell a good story. It's obsessive and unhealthy. I think I am scared to admit that I need to take a step back from publishing because it almost feels like I'm giving up. I will never stop writing, but I just don't have the energy or mental fortitude to keep up with the race to publication. I want to tell stories, but not at the cost of my mental health or sanity. And because when I say the raced publication, that's what it feels like. It feels like as a writer these days, you just have to get your story out as quickly as possible, and it needs to be unique and tropey at the same time. And then you need to go viral on TikTok, and you need to kind of just hustle, hustle, hustle. And I don't have that in me. And I thought I could fake it till I make it. I thought, this was something that I could figure out later, but I think it's just been detrimental to my mental state. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep writing because it's my favorite thing to do. But when it comes to publishing, I'm just not going to think about it. I hope that you all will continue to find things of value in my videos. I still plan to talk about my projects and share my writing goals, and I of course would love to share my stories once they're finished and ready to have eyes on them. The only thing that's changing is my attitude towards publishing, which is just, would be great to do it one day, but I don't want to kill myself to do it. So yeah, thank you for being kind to me and for still being here, and I really wanted to give a big thank you to the people who reached out to me to check up on me while I was gone. I really appreciate that you thought of me and that you were curious how things were going for me because I went radio silent. I wish I was coming back on here to say, like, hey, guess what? Here's a finished draft of Pine Hollow and I need alpha readers, but here we are. That's not happening anytime soon. So this week, the week starting with Monday, October 14th, I initially was working on a modified Project Matcha Latte, which was a story I was writing during my July session of Camp Nano that I eventually put on hold because, as with everything, the plot was underdone. So I was trying to write that, but I was trying to pants my way through it, and I wasn't feeling it. So yesterday, I actually started working on the short romance that I wrote during the month of August. I'm tentatively calling it Claimed, although it's part of a much longer title that's really corny and indulgent and indicative of the genre. But yeah, I've been working on some story work for that. I read the zero draft, and I was impressed with it for, like I said, an indulgent story that is basically just a insta-love erotic romance. But I like what I did with my characters. I like the way I came full circle for especially my male lead. When I was initially outlining this story, I used Michelle Schusterman's fast outlining method, which involves a one-sentence summary, something she calls the query formula, and then a 5-sentence summary. And I reread the old ones now that I had the finished draft, and I had changed quite a bit while I was writing it. So I decided to redo all of this story work, basically the summaries and the formula. And so I did that yesterday, and it feels more cohesive to me now because, like I said, I have a finished story. So that was fun, and it was a nice way to kind of get me feeling the story. So I'm hoping that this is the project I move forward with. I'm kind of scared to start writing my new draft because I'm scared it'll feel like everything else has felt until now. But I'm also feeling kind of excited because this is a corny-ass story, but I still enjoyed it. And now that I am not obsessively thinking about marketing it, I can kind of just do what I want. Obviously, I would love to get this finished and get people reading it. I would obviously love to make money on my writing, so maybe I could one day sell it myself through a website or even through YouTube if that's allowed. I'm not sure. Like post a PayPal link or something and just get some money and send you to a book funnel download or something. I don't know. I could even post it episodically on like Buy Me a Coffee or even Patreon, I guess. I don't know. There's options. And now that I don't have to obsessively think about tropes and keywords and categories and marketing, it just does kind of feel like a little bit of a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. And I think when I am thinking about those things while writing, it just takes away some of my sincerity, and my writing feels less genuine when I'm obsessively thinking about marketing. Yeah, so that's it for the update. I know I have rambled quite a bit, but I've been gone quite a bit too. And again, thank you so much if you were one of the folks who checked in on me. It really does mean a lot to know that people care. I'm not used to it. I don't have a lot of friends. I've never had a lot of friends. You know, I have a very small circle. So yeah, it makes me feel really touched, I guess. And now that I've gotten all the update mumbo jumbo out of the way, we can just jump back into our regularly scheduled programming. I will try to film a writing vlog next week, and I will tell you more about this short werewolf erotic romance that I'm writing that I am calling Claimed. Maybe I'll even read my one sentence summary or query formula to you. Um, but I hope that's what I do next week is just a normal writing vlog. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you if you've made it to the end of this video. And hopefully, now that I have kind of admitted to the harsh realities that I needed to face, maybe things will be easier now. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.